Hey guys, just wanted to do a follow-up video to the last one I had done where I was going to go to art school. And before I could be accepted into the school, I had to review my work in front of the instructors that I had developed in high school, samples of my stuff. If they did not think I was ready to go to school, I wouldn't be accepted there. So they set up a meeting. It was kind of formal. Sat in front of the three instructors, two men and one woman, and they were the different disciplines there that they taught. And I showed them my work, and they were very impressed with it. They liked it. And the lady instructor questioned whether this was my work or not. And I told her, yeah, it's my work. And she said, well, we have a lot of students here that don't have even this level of work that you've got, and you're just out of high school. And I said, well, that's where I got all these skills that I learned was in high school. And so she said, well, does anybody of the group know the Seminole High School graphics program? And Mr. O'Berry, Mike O'Berry, one of the instructors, said, yeah, I do know Mr. Rayo, Bruce Rayo, he's the instructor there, and I can call him and find out if this is Eric's work or not. And so they called him, but he didn't answer because he was teaching. So they said, well, we'll call you if we can verify that you did go to Mr. Rayo's class and collect all this work. So I went home, and the next day I got a call from Mr. O'Berry. He said, yeah, I talked to Mr. Rayo. He said, everything is great. You did some great work with him, and so we'd love to have you to come to the school. And, I wasn't worried because I knew all the work was mine, and I had saved it for that particular purpose. And so some of the work I found in my closet as I was cleaning out some stuff. My mom always saved all of my stuff. So I want to show you guys some of the work that I had to present when I went into the review for my portfolio work. One of the things that I learned was how to work with multiple different mediums, pastels, markers, pens, spray paint. This is all before computers. This is all the craft of learning graphic design and illustration. And it took time, but I started to develop some skills. And one of them is learning how to use graphite and pencils. This is an illustration that I did only in pencil of Salvador Dali. And we went on a field trip to the museum, and I was inspired by his work. And you can see this is actually a famous picture of him, and I just recreated it on paper with graphite pencils. I also designed work for commercial work, logos, anything that I could use to make a design to show the client. And this is a radio station that I designed a logo for, and it's called Q102. And I did it all by hand. It's all markers, and these are all mock-ups though. These aren't actual clients. This is before I even had any clients or any professional work. I also learned how to do what's called marker comps. And marker comps are just that. You're making a comp or a mock-up to show a client an idea for a design. And what I did was I picked a shoe company, a women's shoe company, and I drew all these different shoe styles for the ad. This would be like a newspaper ad. And it's all done by hand. There's no computer work. There's no tracing. It's all by hand. It's very detailed, and I'm using markers in all different mediums. It doesn't matter. I can combine any medium that I want to use. All I want to do is get something to the client that they can see and approve and move on from there. I also learned a process called stippling. And stippling is where you take a pen called a rapidograph, very small tip pen, and it uses black ink, and you use it to just use dots using the pen. And that's what I designed here. This is obviously fruit, and there's no shading in this. It's only dots. It's only using the pen, dotting, dotting, dotting. It's called pointillism, and that's how you get the shading. I also learned how to do screen printing, called the photographic method of screen printing, which is still done. And I took one of my subjects, which was one of my favorite bands, the Doors, and I designed by hand and created a screen print that was Jim Morrison with the logo on it. It's a little bit rough because it's old, but that was a T-shirt that I designed, all by hand, and it was very popular in school. And a lot of kids had me make them their own shirts. They almost were like concert shirts. So that was pretty cool and pretty fun. This is also an example of my pencil work. Marilyn Monroe. This is all just using pencil, and then I made her lips red with markers. I also learned photography and how to work in the darkroom, develop film, and make prints. And I was also very into skimboarding. We don't have a lot of waves over here on the west coast of Florida, but my friend took this photograph. That's actually me skimboarding, hitting a wave, probably smashing my head when I landed. And then I developed the film and made the print in the darkroom, all in high school. All my portfolio work that I'm showing you is all high school. And that work is what got me into art school when I was 19. And I appreciate you guys watching this. Hopefully it's interesting. If it is, subscribe to me. And I have some more interesting stories coming up about my adventures at school. And that includes, dare I say it, counterfeiting money. Thank you and peace out.